I already tried making this video again. It's like the third time I've had to remake a video already. Kind of had a shit day, I won't lie. I took a break-even trade and a loss, a small loss. Hold up. I think that's good. Okay. I'm kind of upset. Not over like the loss because I don't really care. It's more so I've been pretty emotional lately, and I think what's going on is that I'm aware that I'm doing really good and I'm growing and I'm continuing to work on my habits and on my journals and all that good shit, right? So, every time I have a hiccup, I think I tend, like, I'm more prone to be a little critical on myself. And I think I've been feeling a lot of regret lately because I'm so proud of how far I've come, and I'm finally realizing how difficult this shit really is. And, I wish someone was on my ass, over the last couple of years, because I was really just way too comfortable and I was not growing or experimenting or doing anything at the rate I should have. What I mean by that is I really wish that I just took it more serious. And I don't know. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it now, right? The only way, as Tom Platz would say, the only way from failure is to win, right? Is to go up. And yeah, it feels like old me is really trying to claw like its way out or some shit, right? And I'm so excited for the new year. I'm so excited for like the off season, like December. I'm sure I'll probably be done trading like in like the first week of December, and I'm just so excited to continue to back test and journal and learn. So yeah, I took a loss, and it was sure it could be put under my system, but it was low probability, and I was on the wrong side of the market, and I married my bias. And it was stupid because I even had a invalidation, and I still like impulsively pressed sell, which is kind of scary. Because if you watch my other video on my gold long, it was perfectly meditated. I was in like the flow state, right? Now, mind you, I slept in a little bit today because I was up till 2 off 2 Red Bulls doing math. So that might have had some say in it. I'm not going to blame that though, right? I should be able to hold myself accountable. Yeah, man, I took a loss. It was, I'll get to the loss after my break even. Coming into the day, I was bearish, and I think I let a couple people's opinions dictate my bias as well. I used to be really bad for that before. I used to watch live streams as a trade, or I'd copy trade, or just forget my own ideas and listen to their bias. And so like I was bearish coming today, but I also knew that there was a good chance that we could see Friday reverse, even after a large sell-off yesterday. We closed below the daily and the new weekly opening gap, and so you can see here on my top step I had this low marked out. From last week. NQ took it, ES did not. We formed SMT, and so like I said, I was bearish coming into it, but I knew that there was the like if I wanted to go short, I would need confirmation. Otherwise, I just sit on my hands. And so either we were gonna go short, rate it open, like melt towards that low, and then potentially reverse, or we would retrace to hourly fair value gap. We had a 4 hour up here, whatever. So, what does the price do? Have our SMT here. Immediately at open, we just displace back above that down move. And I mean, this is beautiful, like clear indication that, you know, we can potentially go higher, especially if we want to go lower, right? It'd be our Judas. So I was kind of caught in between wanting to long NQ and ES, and NQ didn't retrace for the fair value gap, and I noticed that NQ was up here, so we actually had SMT, and I was looking to long just because I was that confident. But I guess I wasn't confident enough, because I got tapped in right here, and after we took, I think it was these highs, I mean, I went break even right away, which is kind of silly. So I have a good break even system. It's just usually like I'll go break even after a potential reversal point is taken, whether that's you know, if I'm longing and there's like SMT at the highs, or like we just swept London high and we're not at my target yet, I'll go break even just to save my ass. I think the odd time I might just go break even too early, because I've been stopped out of a lot of good trades just too early, and that's the thing about going break even, right? Is my old mentor never goes break even on his trades, and that's something I want to experiment with. I think for my own personality, I really do love the idea of going break even, because I'm just as happy with the break even, and you know, I can anyway. So yeah, the shit ran like 10 hour. Not that I would have held it long. This is my original target, but yeah, man, we just kept going, and I don't know why I was so married to my short bias, because like I kept marking off every single high potential SMT, and I wasn't like, oh, give me a short, give me a short, give me a short. It's like I still have to have my idea validated, right? So yeah, I mean, clear market buy model, right, towards Asia highs, and I mean both NQ and ES had this retracement to a 15-minute gap. This was also a potential unicorn. Easily ran to our, right? I still didn't take that, even though there was still a good draw in sight, right? And so yeah, we come up here. I mean, it's basically almost the end of New York AM session, and my invalidation for the setup was simply if we formed a 15-minute fair value gap, and I watched it to the tick form, entered the second the fair value gap got validated, and yeah, I mean, shitty trade, right? Like, there was still SMT technically, and still cleared the targets, but it's just, you know, it's a Friday, and there was already a trade for my system that I got break even on. I should just fucking went to the gym. And yeah, so I'm still green on the week, and I'm happy about that. I'm just my emotions are stronger towards like just discontent with my performance. Yesterday was really weird. There was no trades at all for me, and it's really just boring, depressing day, and I don't know if that kind of urged me to make today better. Yeah, man, I just getting better is hard. It's like I want to get better, and I know I am, And a big thing that I've struggled with, I think, for a little bit, was that I was almost scared of success. I was scared of being successful, being, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I didn't know if I deserved it subconsciously. That was a problem I had for a while. And, if you don't think you deserve it, then how are you ever going to achieve it, right? And so I know now more than ever that I have the work ethic to make this work, and I've been putting in the hours, and I've been more aware of my mistakes than I ever have before. I didn't even want to make this video, honestly. I was really embarrassed out this short, because it's like the second my long down here, the second that was break even, and we just kept running, I should have been like, okay, time to go hit the gym. Yeah, this is draining, and I just between like life being hard and school and all that kind of jazz, I really want this shit, and I have to remember not to be too hard on myself, because it's still the long game. And even with mistakes like this, I'm still getting better. I'm still green on the week. I'm still gonna close my accounts. I already wrote in my journal. Like I said, I'm recording this video even though I did not want to, and I'm still gonna post it for people to see. So I know if I continue to be honest with myself and be aware that eventually these little nuances will work themselves out, and I won't have to worry about taking shitty 1-minute trades when price is most likely not to reverse. And I also had, I don't know if I already mentioned it, I had a small little loss yesterday trying to short oil. My broker was completely different than my chart on TradingView, and it invalidated my setup. And when I realized, I was like, oh shit. So I got it for like minus $100. So the accounts were break even as of the start of yesterday, and we're just down like almost, what was that, like 0.6%, 0.67, around there. So I don't think I have anything else to add. And if I did, I already wrote it down for myself. I'm just making a video, hold myself accountable, stay consistent, and hopefully next week will be good. I also turned 22 in a week, and I think that's also affecting me a little bit. I tend to be really hard on myself, and people often tell me that, but it's hard when you're, I like to think I'm a driven individual, right? I don't want to be normal. I'm not saying this to sound egotistical. I don't want to be normal. It's the reason why I'm doing this shit. It's the reason why I continue to bet on myself. And turning 22, when I made goals for myself when I was 20 and 21, and I still haven't accomplished them, it hurts. And I think it's just maybe a time to realize that any goal I set for myself was achievable. It was just I didn't have the means to actually complete it because I'm still developing as a person. And I was almost worth six figures when I was in my 20s, and I was like, okay, well, I want to smash that goal. Let's go for like $250,000 by the time I'm 22, right? And I proceeded to lose most of my net worth, right? And so when you were not the person that you promised you would be to yourself or to your parents by the time you hit a certain age, it just sucks. And I know that there's other 21, 22 year olds out there that are partying, have no ambition, or like going to school for something they don't want to do. And by all means, that's not me shitting on them. And people are welcome to do whatever they want, right? But I try to hold myself to a certain standard. And when I fall short, I think I'm prone to just. That's when the anxiety comes out, which I used to be an extremely anxious individual, and then lo and behold, like for the last 6 months, just poofed, right? And I can feel it kind of steadily creeping back the last couple of days, and I don't like it. And so I think I just need to do some inner work, maybe. And like I said, that's why I'm so excited for the new year, because just give me a little time to kind of take a step back, get my shit together, and go even harder for next year. So yeah, I'm getting old, and it's just easy to say that, oh, like, the younger you are, the sooner you get rich, the better, and whatever, right? And that'll just make me rush everything again, right? So I have to stop seeking so much validation in every single trade, and rather just view them as weeks, maybe. Like today, or this week, like I said, agree on the week, only traded a couple days, a couple times, and that was better than last week, where I was blowing my accounts. So what's it, Monday? I blew one unintentionally, and then I blew my other accounts intentionally. I think that was Monday. Anyway, I'm gonna go hit upper day at the gym and get a sick pump. I don't expect anyone to watch this whole thing, just for myself mostly. So goodbye.